Good afternoon, this is Andy Henderson, your Sherpa Guide. Sherpa Guide, it's episode 76. 3 things that you need to do to scale your business. We know what they are. If you followed us on Monday and you listened to the live on Monday, you know exactly what they are. I'm going to go through them in a bit more detail this afternoon, but disaster this afternoon. I had a bunch of slides ready for you, I had all this technology ready and I can't get it to work. I've just moved over from Windows to Mac and the Mac's just not communicating correctly with the Facebook streaming service, so I need to work that out another day. So you're just going to have me, and I'm just going to defer to a couple of slides that I've got up here just to keep me on track, because I've only got about 10 minutes and I've got another call with another potential forward thinker. So so nice to see you all. Sherpa Guidance episode 76. As you know, I'm on a mission to impact the lives of 1 million people, and we're going to do that through Success GPS for business, through Success GPS for careers, Success GPS for health, and Success GPS for digital. And there's a great bunch of people that I'm working with, a massive movement that we're creating with people who've been through the program, who are now living in a different way, building their businesses in a different way, and it feels a lot better for them. So that's why I do what I do, because I love the positive impact. Anyway, what are these 3 things that we need, these 3 steps that we need to execute to scale your business? So, like I said, I was going to go through a bunch of slides. It was going to be really cool. I was going to have me in the top right-hand corner, the slides all clicking in so it can guide you. But unfortunately, that's not what's going to happen today. So, much the same as Monday, I'm going to take you through these 3 things in a little bit more detail. And then hopefully you can take some ideas from that and maybe implement this stuff in your business, which would be really, really good. So, I don't know who's watching this. I can't see exactly who's watching, but I have 2 types of client, really. I have one type of client that's a solopreneur, a micro business owner, someone who has less than 10 members of staff, let's say. Some of them have 1, they're just themselves and they want to grow and scale. I also have customers that are bigger, that have boards of directors and teams. The smallest business I've worked with is a pre-startup, someone who hasn't even traded yet and who's now trading, obviously. And the largest business I've worked with is £200 million. So I've worked with everything in between. Typically my core clients that I work with are anywhere in between sort of 100k revenue and £10 million. So that's where I like to play. But there's at each stage of business growth, there are different challenges, different obstacles, different opportunities that we encounter. There's no such thing as having no problems in business. As you grow, you just have different problems. You get through some problems, you grow, and it's great, and you just have a different bunch of problems. But today it's not about problems, it's about just how do you scale, what's the secret of scaling, and there's a lot of business owners out there who are solopreneurs, who are micro business owners, and it's tough, right? It's tough to go from you controlling everything, you doing all the work, you being the finance guy, the sales guy, the marketing guy or girl, of course, the quality assurance checker, the deliverer of the service or product, all these things, and then all of a sudden you get so busy and you think, bloody hell, I'm working 70 hours a week. How on earth do I go to the next level? How do I even begin to employ people? Well, I'm not going to go down the HR route and tell you about all the HR. There's so many people out there that can tell you all about how to manage that process and interviews and stuff. But I am going to share with you, some high level stuff, and the 3 things, we talked about them on Monday. The 3 things are: we need systems. You need to systemize what you're doing so you can teach people the system. Because it's very difficult to teach people your job, being the owner manager, being the commander-in-chief. It's very difficult to teach people your job. But if you systemize the things that you do, it's very easy to teach people those systems. It's like I said on Monday, it's like, McDonald's is a huge success because they can take very young people who've never worked before and they can consistently build in quality and produce the same burger. It looks the same, it tastes the same every time. They don't teach people how to make burgers, they teach people how to follow systems. Amazon is another, it's a system, it's a massive system, a global system, but everything is highly systemized, from the app in your hand to the delivery that's made to your door the very, very next day. It's all systemized. People just need to learn these systems, and that systems way of thinking is really important. So we've got systems. The second thing is people. We must have the right people in our business in order to help us grow and scale. But in order to have the right people, we need to understand what we need those people to do. If we hired that person, what's the outcome of hiring them? What is it that we need to be solved or to occur upon the successful hiring of this person, what's going to happen in our business? We need to really be thinking about that. And the third thing is to keep the people aligned and keep them full of belief and keep them focused and high performing. What we need to do is we need to create a compelling vision of the future that they believe in, that they want to grab hold of, that they want to be part of, that they want to play a part of in moving in that direction. So where do we start? So systems. So what am I talking about? Systems. I'm not talking about IT systems or software necessarily. I'm talking about just creating documentation that details the way you do something. And there are massive benefits to this. You know, the benefits to your business. One of the key benefits to your business is it ensures you build the same quality every time to the end outcome, whether it's the product or service you deliver. If you systemize the way you deliver it, the customer will get the same experience every single time. And if you're going for really, really good experience, you need to reverse engineer that experience and create the system of delivering that. So when someone new joins your company, you don't teach them how to deliver it. You teach them how to follow the system of delivering it. So that even a young person, a relative novice, can follow your system and achieve the same outcome. Again, it's why McDonald's can hire, the less abled people in our society. Some of the people that have some special learning needs and things. It's brilliant to see because they're all working there with able-bodied and less able-bodied, and they've got jobs, they've got a future, and they're able to work and deliver value to McDonald's, and obviously McDonald's value them. And it's because they're being taught a system. It's dead simple, and that system ensures that everyone gets the same kind of. So when you walk into McDonald's, you know exactly what you're going to get. So it's really important that you do the same in your business. You can have no time wastage on figuring out how to complete tasks. New recruits can start working easily. If things are systemized, you don't need to teach them their job. You just need to teach them the systems, the steps that are needed to deliver that job, to do that job. Not just satisfactorily, but bloody next level. Who's fed up if you're a business owner? Who's fed up of employees just performing satisfactorily? Just doing the bare minimum, just enough so you can't bollock them and do the performance management stuff, but not enough so that you get the full gain about having that person in your workplace and experiencing the benefits of having them really working optimally. It's crazy. Another good reason to systemize is your company's going to get a competitive advantage, because if you've systemized and your competitors haven't, you're saving money, you're more efficient, you can get to market quicker with the products and service, you can deliver better, more consistent quality of service to your customers. So how is it going to benefit your people? How does systemizing benefit people? And of course it does stifle creativity a little bit, but who's to say that the people that are designing the systems can't be creative in the way they design them and look at the way that we currently do things and seek out ways to do them better? And by defining the system, the way of working, you can spot areas that you can actually take out or add in that are going to actually make a better experience. So it's going to be better because you can, for employees, if they're off one day, you can pass the system of their job over to someone else and they can just follow it. You've got men and women in your offices probably that write down the way they do stuff when they first do it. They write it down 10 steps, that's what we need to do. So the next time they do it, they just go, how do I do that? I can't remember. Oh no. Well, they just look at the book. Right, step 1, do that. Step 2, do this. Step 3, get that consistent result, achieve the goal, task complete, job's a good one. There's massive benefits to the business owner. Others can do your job while you're not there. Some of your job. I mean, how do you be an MD? Well, it's very difficult when you haven't got that knowledge and experience. But there are certain things an MD or a sales director or an ops director does in their working day that can be systemised and documented, so that if they're off and things need to be done, someone can just pick up that system and do the work. So systemising is really cool. Once you've got the systems written down and in place, then you can start looking at bringing software in to automate those systems so that humans don't have to do them. The software just does it, passing paperwork around, getting authorization and approvals and stuff. Managing your customers, managing your suppliers, managing production. You're bringing software to lock great human processes in place so that it makes you more efficient and it stops you deviating from a system that's known to work to produce the desired outcome. So that's a really important one. The second important thing is people. Finding the right people, making sure that when you think you need to hire the next person in your business, whether it's the first hire that you're making or the 100th, you really need to think about what that person is going to bring to the table. What do you want them in the business for? Why do you need to create an opening to hire a person? What is the outcome of them joining your business? What's going to be the benefit? You need to focus on the end outcome first. Then we need to think about, what type of job, what type of skills does that person need? What type of skills does that person really, really need in order to deliver that outcome? Yeah, what are the different sort of roles that person needs to be doing? What are the different strands of work that person is going to be doing in order to deliver the result effectively to your organisation? What are the character traits? What are the attributes? What's the attitude of this person? What do we need them to behave like? What type of person is it that's going to fulfil those tasks and that are going to contribute to the overall organisation? That's right, Gordy. We need the right people. But primarily when you're hiring someone, don't hire someone for today. Hire someone for where you're going to be in 6 months or a year's time or 3 years' time. Hire for the future. Don't hire for the now. And this is really, really important. We need that person, that attitude. You can train skills, you can train techniques and stuff. You can train them to follow systems. But the biggest thing with people is the question of, where will you find this person? And when you found them, how will you keep them engaged, and how will you encourage them and help them believe in the journey? And there comes the final step is we need to create a compelling vision of the future. What's your compelling vision of the future? Because without a compelling vision of the future, the people don't believe, and without belief, all they've got is a piece of paper that says, there's your job role, there's your responsibilities. If you do that satisfactorily, I will pay you at the end of the month for that satisfactory work. Satisfactory is not good enough though, is it? We want people to believe, we want people to win, we want people to be high performing. But the only way to do that is to create belief, to have a compelling vision of the future. Where are we going, guys? What's it going to be like when we get there? I'm going to tell you. What's in it for me? How's it going to feel when we all move forwards together and achieve that vision and achieve those goals? What's the impact to the customer? What's the impact to the employees? What is the impact to myself? What's the impact to the boss, the business, the industry? We need to figure out all that stuff, and we need to really, really be clear on the journey that we're on. Because when you've got that journey mapped out, people believe in the journey and they'll perform really, really well. And in order to grow and scale, we need systems in place so that the people that we bring in can follow the systems, repeat the methodology, and consistently deliver a great result for the customer. So that's all for today, guys. Nice to see you, Rick. Nice to see you, Gordy. And everyone else that's watching, really great to see you. Sherpa Guidance episode 76. I'm Andy Henderson. Today I'm tired. I've been exercising every day for the last 14 odd days, and I'm knackered today. I'm ready to get home. But the Sherpa Guide always finishes his day properly. I've got 2 more calls. I've got 2 client calls to make before we finish the day, and fingers crossed I can help 2 more amazing forward thinkers. And back online on Friday, guys. So if you're around from 3 o'clock Friday, I'll be back on live then. So that's all from me. Sherpa Guidance episode 76 done. You've been awesome. I'm Andy Henderson. Just remember, guys, you're just one step away.